Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Wrestling vs. the World podcast. If you're enjoying today, sweet. If not, what the hell ever. So today it is time for finally another WWECW show review. It was going to happen last week, but I didn't get time, so I thought the MVP episode sounded a little more easy to do last moment. So today we've got WWECW to go over. An infamous episode, July 4, 2006. Show is opening with Paul Heyman in his office addressing the audience because Van Dam lost the WWE Championship the night prior on Raw to Edge in a triple threat match with John Cena, so now he only has the ECW Championship. And this, of course, this is all happening right after Van Dam and Sabu had their little legal run-in. We all know about that. And they were found to have had many controversial things in their car. Not a good look there. So Heyman acknowledges that Van Dam has had a hectic three-day schedule last week with facing Edge at Vengeance, Cena on Raw, and Kurt Angle on ECW, which is very true. Three big names to go one-on-one with, like in 3 consecutive days. And before talking about what was planned for Van Dam that night, Big Show busts into Heyman's office and reveals that he was told he would get a shot at the ECW Championship as a reward for jumping ship over to ECW during the WWE vs. ECW head-to-head show from the previous month. So the show's demanding the title match tonight, so it sounds like we know what's already going to be the big main event. Now, after getting the ECW intro package that finally debuted, which primarily showed stuff from One Night Stand and some clips from Raw, which is kind of weird, the show truly begins live as we hear it's from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and as Joey Styles and Taz try to discuss this revelation of what's happening for the show, Kelly's got her expose segment as a salute to America. Oh, great. So after some stripping, because she had the American flag wrapped around her torso, Mike crashes the party like always and wraps the American flag right back around her body, so no fireworks that are going to be colored white or anything going off in the arena during this broadcast. And then immediately after he brings Kelly back through the curtain, his music plays, and Mike Knox comes right back out. Why? So, he's facing Little Guido, a.k.a. Nunzio, and before he has the match, he takes the microphone from the ring announcer Justin Roberts, and the crowd is chanting, "You suck dick," at Mike. But unless Kelly is hiding something underneath her underwear, I don't think that's accurate. So, he said that he doesn't want his girlfriend to be seen in public like that. It's like, you guys should not be seeing her how I see her. That's my girlfriend. But the crowd's chanting, "Shut the fuck up," despite the fact that he's barely spoken. I mean, they would probably chant that at a mime like Fantasia or something back in the day. Kind of like how some Canadian wrestlers would get USA chants at them. It does make sense. So Guido, he attacks Mike Knox from behind right before the bell happens, trying to get that offense in there like for an advantage. But a second rope drop kick I think he was going for. He misses. Mike Knox takes control. Backbreaker on Guido. Looked pretty good at first, but then the crowd started firing back saying, "You can't wrestle." How would you guys know? This is the second televised match. So I thought these crowds were and plus I thought these crowds were saving that chant for John Cena. So Knox, he drills Guido with 4 consecutive scoop slams, but misses the knee drop, so it seems like his leg's a target, but not for very long. Because like he was doing some jaw jacking, so it cost him. Bicycle kick, swing and reverse STO, and Mike Knox gets the decisive win over Guido. Oh my god, he pinned a former Cruiserweight champion, said nobody ever. Now, after this, we get a video reminder of Van Dam losing the title last night on Raw in what was supposed to be the big match for Saturday night's main event. Because that was going to happen, because Raw is going to be a triple threat tag team match, and then Saturday night's main event, it was going to be that Raw match at Saturday night's main event, but instead it became Edge Cena for the title due to this stuff. Then backstage, Van Dam enters Heyman's office, and he's not happy that Big Show is bullying Heyman. He's like, "I want to face Big Show tonight with my ECW title on the line, man." And Heyman's hesitant about it, but it's like Van Dam's like, "If you won't book it, I'll make sure it happens." And he freaking leaves. Then we get another video package about Test, and he's actually returning tonight on the show, which means he took less time to come than Veer Mahan, and that means that MVP isn't the only one that's saying that he's coming. Now, this next segment, we see this bald guy who jumps a barricade and grabs a microphone to berate the fans for spending their money in order to attend the show, which he describes as filth. I mean, he's not wrong, because the show's not been the best. We've only had like one good show so far. And he says ECW shouldn't be on TV, which I also agree, because apparently TNN agreed with that in 2000, and Vince will agree with that in about another 3.5 years. Then he refers to people who enjoy ECW as a bunch of sinners, so that gets heel heat in my book, dude. But it's pretty weird how so many characters that are having their characteristics based on religion in WWE are pretty much booked as heels over the years. And then this guy removes that white strip from his collar, being like, oh, I'm not really a religious character, I just wanted to speak my piece. Which reminds me of that episode of Family Guy where Mort, Stewie, and Brian went back to Germany during World War II and they realized that he had the fake collar around his neck. He's like, oh, this thing is not real, it came out. And then also on a side note, I have to ask this though. This guy came to the show in order to berate people. If you're truly against something, why would you be there in person to make a public outcry about it? Like, I know this is a storyline, but that means this guy had to spend his own money to be there too, and he's pretty much wasted it in order to talk down to people for being there. It's like, the cheaper method, do it online. You don't have to spend your own money to be at someplace that you don't want to be at. You know, it's like when overly religious people protest a pride event. Just stay out of it and spend your life doing something more meaningful, okay? But then down comes Sandman. He arrives because now he's not going against a zombie, a fake luchador, or a male stripper. But the guy's back there across the barricade and he's like, no, wait, see, I got a ticket. And I think he had 2 of them, but yet he had nobody next to him. And so he once again proved what I just said. He protested against this, but yet he had a ticket, which means in storyline he spent money to be there. But Sandman, he brings him back over the barricade. King goes swinging, and the last shot sends the ball guy back over the barricade and just retreating as staff helped escort him out. Seeming like, alright, you're out of there. I mean, thank goodness. Now, in the standard locker room, Van Dam busts in to confront the Big Show about his challenge. He's like, oh, you want to have a match, huh? And slaps him in the face without asking him to pick a hand first. And then he accepts the challenge, so that means Van Dam will defend the ECW Championship tonight against Big Show. And then after the break, Heyman confronts Van Dam's like, where's your head at? Why'd you do that? Van Dam's like, look, I need to beat the Big Show for the sake of ECW. And then Heyman's like, alright, you're right. So this match is on, and it's an Extreme Rules match. Sweet. Then the next match, we have Test's first match in about, 2.5 years-ish? Because we're getting Test versus Al Snow, who I honestly forgot ever had a match in WWE's revival of ECW. Like, I forgot Al Snow was still around by this point. So Test, he wastes no time going for Snow in the corner. And Al tries firing back with quick strikes, but that does nothing, and Test kind of gets like a low boot to the torso instead of the face like he would usually do, and he gets a TKO, and Test gets the very quick, decisive win here. Like, dominant as hell, and then to add insult to injury, he punts head into the audience. I mean, seeing how Snitsky also likes to punt things, maybe they should have formed a tag team and called themselves the Massive Punt. I mean, there was a market. That's a good idea right there. More creative than anything Vince had in his last couple of years with creative. Then Sabu's got a promo backstage. This happening after he already got busted. And it's got this nauseating ghosting effect that you can find after his movement, which made me feel like I was looking through my Android's tablet camera. He was just like, oh, waving, ooh. It's just like, it's not good to look at. And it's just done to show highlights of Sabu's extreme moments before reminding us that, yeah, he's Sabu. We know. Then before we continue on, I see something that really kind of irritates me. They show the match graphic for the main event that's supposed to happen with Van Dam and Big Show for the title. But you can clearly tell that this title was lazily photoshopped on Van Dam. And it's like, does anybody else notice this and get irritated when they do this? Like, they have an image of Van Dam, and they did not have time to take a picture of him with the ECW title actually on there on its own. Like, think about this for a second. Like, I noticed this before. The night after WrestleMania 21, when Batista won the World Heavyweight title, the night after on Raw, he faced Randy Orton, and they had those moving graphics for Raw and everything, where it's like, hey, they're moving a bit before posing. And they had that for Batista already with the World Heavyweight title for that match. Yet they don't have one for Van Dam on such short notice either. Like, I've seen many instances where they've done this before, like with Rey Mysterio with the World Heavyweight title and Jericho with the Intercontinental title. If you've seen the graphic for Unforgiven 2002, you know what I'm talking about. But it's just like, this never looks right. It's like, come on. Now, before the main event, we see Kevin Thorne outside the arena again. And this time he's spitting his internal bleeding all over the camera. I have to ask, why didn't Gangrel ever try this when he was, like, doing his entrance? Look at the camera, just be like, there you go. Would have looked cool. And we also get a vignette that would show us a man that would become one of the more memorable names going forward in WWE, CM Punk. Now, granted, this wasn't the first time Punk had been on televised on a program. He had at least 2 heat matches the year prior, but now he's finally under contract. So he's delivering his introductory promo that we all remember him being straight edge, saying he doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke, doesn't do drugs, and his addiction and passion is wrestling and competition. But I mean, I thought the word wrestling was a taboo word. Why now? That would have been censored by Vince McMahon, being like, damn it, you can't say that word, damn it. And now we finally get to the main event. Rob Van Dam, Big Show, ECW title, Extreme Rules. And I'm guessing someone was watching the news because there was a sign in the crowd that said RVD and Sabu are innocent. I think not. So Van Dam, he's trying his fast strikes for the advantage, but gets laid out with a big clothesline early on. And a headbutt sends Van Dam and the rest of the action out to the ringside. And we now get another "You can't wrestle" chant for the match. I mean, come on, you never know. The referee could be very talented. Don't judge. And Big Show, he's got Van Dam on his shoulder looking like he's going to do a power slam, but that gets stopped and Big Show goes headfirst into the ring post. Then Van Dam, he tries to set up for that barricade moonsault, because like he jumps on there but then gets crotched pretty hard. Ew. So they start brawling, going to the front row area, and Van Dam on the top of the barricade gets a roundhouse kick and gets that corkscrew barricade leg drop, just going into commercial. So, nice moment going into the break, but then the action goes back into the ring after the commercial, and Van Dam blocks a corner charge from Big Show with a boot up in the air, gets a springboard back kick, so Big Show's weary. But then Van Dam goes up top. Headbutt causes Van Dam to crotch himself on the top rope, so that's 2 crotch shots in one match, and I wonder how he's functioning enough to have conceived a child recently. I mean, congratulations, by the way, but still, I have to know. So, superplex on Van Dam causes a 2.3 magnitude earthquake on the Richter scale in Philadelphia there. Then Van Dam, he's trying to get offense, but Big Show's stopping him, and he gets that spinning, leg drop to Van Dam when he's standing up. I think it was known as the showstopper back then for a near fall, which was one of Big Show's finishers back then, out of however many he's had over the years. So, Show gets a scoop slam and 2 walking elbow drops. Still not enough. And I noticed for an Extreme Rules match, we haven't really seen anything extreme so far outside of it just being no countout. Because, we haven't seen any weapons yet. So, bear hug on Big Show, and that's sending Daniel Bryan probably into an orgasm over there in Aberdeen, Washington. And then Van Dam gets stretched out with a backbreaker stretch over Big Show's knee. So, the back is really becoming a target here. So, Van Dam, he's trying to get back in with momentum. Basement dropkick brings Big Show down to the knee, so I'm getting that constant vibe that we're going to do that whole thing where the smaller guy is just targeting the knee of the giant to bring him down. It's just that's been so overdone. But Big Show tries to go for a chokeslam, getting back up, gets reversed to the DDT, which always looks great. I can improve that. And Van Dam, when Big Show's still sitting on his ass, hits a running crossbody. And then finally hits a Rolling Thunder for, I think, the first time in WWECW. Because the last few times we kept seeing him try it, it didn't work. So Van Dam gets a diving side kick, but gets caught in midair by Big Show and then gets dumped out to the floor. Big Show, he grabs the steel steps and lifts him into the air like a hat, but then gets hit with a drop kick into the knee, so Big Show trips up and goes headfirst into the steps. So your hat really hates you there. And Van Dam, he goes to the top, goes for a huge diving crossbody, but Big Show catches him, sets him down, and then drives him back first into the ring apron. I mean, that height on there was pretty damn cool, though. Then both men get back in the ring, but Van Dam gets a hot shot like that stun gun move to Big Show to stun him, and Van Dam grabs a chair. Oh my god, we're finally getting extreme here. But Big Show smacks it out of his hands, chokeslam, very close near fall. So chokeslam actually gets kicked out of here. So what does Big Show then do because he's pissed off? He puts the referee in the Cobra Clutch and ragdolls him out of the ring. I mean, now you got no referee, dude. So Big Show then, he goes for a power bomb, but then Van Dam grabs a chair in mid-move and smashes it over Big Show's head, just like we saw Undertaker Jeff Hardy do in their ladder match 4 years prior on Raw. Van Dam takes down Big Show, 5-star Frog Splash, but there's no referee to count until Heyman runs down, just like One Night Stand. 1, 2, and deliberately stops the count. So Heyman screws Van Dam and turns heel. Big Show swings with an unprotected chair shot to Van Dam's head. Chokeslam onto the chair as Heyman counts 3, and Big Show's crowned as the new ECW champion, what is now been known as the Philadelphia Screwjob. and making Big Show the only man in history, I believe, to have ever been WWE, WCW, and ECW champion. And the crowd is not happy because trash is just getting flung all over the place as fans are irate about this. And one Pepsi cup that still had Pepsi in there ends up clocking Heyman in the side of the head, who completely no-sells it. I mean, I really feel sorry for the ring crew after this event who had to clean all this mess up. So yeah, not as good as last week's episode because the Kelly's expose felt pointless. The chants, I mean, these were like the most like vocal crowd since One Night Stand in the first place. Test's return I actually did like pretty dominant performance there. Mike Knox's match, it was whatever. I mean, we didn't even see Tommy Dreamer on this one, and Sandman put through another weird segment there. It was just whatever. I want to see Sandman have a match here. And then Van Dam, he loses the ECW Championship because, well, we're going to find out next time on the next WWECW airing when I talk about it, the reason why Paul Heyman pretty much turned on Van Dam and the punishment that Van Dam does that leaks into his real-life legal run-in. But yeah, this was not the best show here. No pun intended with that main event name, but it was a whatever show, but it's just like I prefer last week's episode. But anyway, let me know in the comment section below, what did you guys think about the July 4, 2006 episode of ECW? I mean, this was for America, and doesn't says America like Big Show winning the ECW Championship, does it? I don't think so. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed today's episode, folks, please remember, leave a like, subscribe with the bell turned on here on YouTube, comment what you thought below, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Thanks for listening, folks. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out, and good day, everybody.